Dave Chappelle got attacked on stage the other day.
Yeah.
A couple days ago.
And his the offender's arm
the guy got stomped out into like a snow crab position. So he's kind of just, absolutely stomped out.
So do you think this was emboldened by the Will Smith smack? You think this is the first step on the ladder?
Yeah, I think it's 100% the first step on the ladder. People are getting mad, and they've like already welcomed the mad beta male demon season where like all these demonic people who are compromised are now getting mad and emboldened and like getting physical because of words.
Yeah, they can't beat you one-on-one, but they can with a crowd.
So they're doing a lot of that. This is like the season of people getting violent over their own the things that they think they're oppressed by. So people making fun of them, people making jokes. I'm expecting to see a lot more of that, unfortunately.
So the one thing I think is there's a real opportunity for these stage runners if they have a first leading stage runner go, because you can see, we'll play the video, but all the security swarms this guy and they start chasing him. And then Dave Chappelle's just kind of up there and all his security's taken now.
You need a second guy.
You need a wave two. Yeah.
A wave two. That's when you really get him.
So
Dave Chappelle's security stomped him out. The guy looks like very beat up. His arm was just backwards.
Yeah.
Speaking of backwards, his arm was backwards going into the ambulance. Moving on to the next piece of cringe. We're still in cringe. We have two clips of mad girlfriends going kind of crazy. The first is a girl who finds her boyfriend out on a date with her best friend.
Yep.
And this is her reaction. I think both these girls are Latina.
This is also part of demon season as well.
Of course.
This girl finds her with a best friend.
Just
crazy face. Screams, causes a scene. What's that going to get you?
And those types of screams, that's like someone come help me. If you hear these screams, you have to kind of come over and like figure out what's going on.
Yeah, EMTs are running to the scene like something crazy happened.
Something bad happened. That's like you came in and there's a dead body in the room type of thing.
Yeah, that's not like I caught him out to dinner with my girl. And so here's another one. This one's a little more extreme. We don't know the backstory on this or if it was cheating, but it's a little argument going on the side of the highway. Girl kind of smacks him and then boom, decides to throw herself at a car. Now you have all the same problems you used to have, plus you got hit by a car.
Yeah. Now you're hit by a car and your boyfriend still is cheating on you and not your boyfriend, and now you have a broken leg. And maybe that'll bring him back. Maybe he'll realize how much he likes her when he sees her hurt like that, and maybe it could save the relationship.
Yeah, that's probably, hey, it worked. If it worked, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
But this is like the demonic, impulsive, like trigger finger happy people who are just all emotions, emotional driven decision making. And what does it end up with? You humiliated on the internet and hit by a car.
Yeah. The respect is gone because the boyfriends in both situations, it seems like cheated on the girlfriends. So it's like the respect is gone. It always has been gone. And now you're trying to get it back in like a last ditch effort that results in your public humiliation and injury, which isn't really going to work, ladies. I would just break up. It's over. Compulsively work out as a means of control.
Exactly.
Control what you can.
And then you posted TikTok like 9 months later of yourself like, he didn't want me, and you're fat, and then now you're shredded and you do that Western Christian music.
Exactly. So that's like the best way out of this, if in my opinion. I don't think they took our advice, obviously, because everything already happened and it got ugly.
Too late. Bottle it up, use that as workout fuel, and come back better.
Never admit defeat, bottle it up, resent these people forever, never trust again.
Get an ulcer.
Every time you date someone, assume that they're going to do the same thing that last boyfriend did. Never fully open up, never let your guard down.
Let it affect every facet and relationship of your life.
Destroy every man that comes across your path. Never date again. Start dating a girl.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be the best way to go about it. Now we're heading into the school part, like the education, the watch out for the kids part of Cringe of the Week.
Yep.
This section within Cringe of the Week is called How's This Gonna Go?
Okay.
The first one is there's now tampons in the boys' room.
Yep. The governor of Oregon passed the Menstrual Dignity Act, which requires all schools elementary, middle, and high school starting next year to place period products in all bathrooms, boys and girls, with instructions on how to use it.
As a former child,
Yeah.
I can tell you that those products in the boys' room will be used as jokes, will be used in tricks, will be messed with.
Toilet cloggers,
Put up your nose, just absolute prank situations only. I think it's going to be used pretty much as a prank or as a joke 100% of the time.
Yep.
I don't think there's any trans boys that are going to be using period products in elementary school.
Elementary school is like the first thing I think of when I think of an elementary school is like the tiny toilet that's like down here on the ground. And then you're like, yeah, throw some fucking tampons in there too. It's like a joke. Billy Madison like squatting at the urinal. And it's like, let's get these kids some tampons. The elementary school.
Yeah. So maybe that's just a one example and the kids are actually fine in school and things aren't going bad. Let's go to the next one that's hard to crack the egg.
Okay.
And then it says parentheses jail.
Yeah, that's a you thing. So this is from like a Reddit aggregator, and it says it's from the subreddit trans teachers discuss how to crack an egg, which in this context literally means grooming a child. So I just want to read a couple things because this kind of is them saying things that we've said for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So here's one of the comments. The first egg is always the hardest to crack. I would not recommend telling any other adults about this. They could potentially go to your students' parents and out them. Instead, you should give them links to subreddits, Discord servers, etc. that can help them explore their gender identity privately. So that's two memes right there. Number one, let us have secret conversations with your kids about sex. Number one. Number two is let the internet radicalize your kids. The teachers will run interference, and then your parents will just be like, what happened?
Left out of the loop. Imagine that all these things happen and the parents are never involved or told.
Yeah.
And then by the time they do tell the parents, it's pretty much too late because you already have a trans kid on your hands. It's not like a kid who's like, yeah, Dad, I think I'm kind of a girl and some of the teachers at school are telling me about it. Then you could be like, no, don't listen to these people. They have purple hair. Stay away from the bright colors.
By the time your kid admits it to you, the parents that you're like afraid of, good luck.
It's over.
Yeah. So they love this access to your kids and they love keeping secrets. In one of the comments, somebody says, it's nearly summer. Have you thought about arranging a summer trip with just you two to help explore yourselves? And then somebody commented saying, can't tell if serious, because literally like you're suggesting like what, a one-on-one summer trip with your trans teacher that nobody signs off on?
Yeah, that's the jail part. That sounds like illegal. And I would not be sending my kid on any sort of one-on-one trip with any sort of they, them.
And yeah. And then another comment says, going on a summer trip with them will put them in a much more trans positive environment than what they could be in right now. And also help them understand the potential underlying crisis of their identity. Yeah.
That's like the opposite of advice.
Why do we need to do anything?
Yeah.
Like, well, a kid's confused. It's like, well, wait until you hit puberty. How about that? And then, yeah, somebody goes, yeah, good ideas. Discord is a great resource for trans questioning safe spaces and discussions. Definitely agreed on not telling the parents. Let the internet radicalize your sons and daughters.
And as we've seen, there's been a 4,000% increase in trans kids that identify as transgender in the last few years. Why did that happen?
Yeah, no, that was because of society that they didn't exist.
Yeah, no one's grooming the kids.
So now they're just popping up. Don't worry, no one's grooming the kids. The internet's your safe place, and all good things come from there.
Yeah. Moving on. How to give birth through a penis.
Yeah, so last one. This is kind of the real Muppetry of the week. University midwife students taught to care for men giving birth, quote, through their penis.
Which, I don't know if it's female to male, but if it's giving birth through the penis, it's an absolute blowout situation, I would assume.
I think that's a kidney stone, not a baby.
Yeah.
But so
whatever surgery you did to give the lady the penis, it's going to be blown out.
And they're not even talking about that. They're talking about men who still have male genitalia. They're talking about real men. You need to be familiar with, this is like straight from the Procedural Book. It says you need to be familiar with the catheterization procedure for both female and male anatomy. Following the pre-procedure is the same prior to catheterization for any person.
So this isn't for a woman who becomes a man but still has all the woman parts and is pregnant?
I think this is just a purely, I think what we're seeing here is them including something in a textbook to match someone's mental illness that doesn't have any biological sense. It's not like a call him a man while they still have a vagina, the pregnant man Netflix show. This is just make the dudes with penises feel good while we're teaching you in an academic setting.
So they're teaching how to give birth or how to go through that process to help a trans person give birth, even though it's not ever possible for that trans person to give birth. They're talking about male parts.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Exactly. Here's one line that says, place sterile towel across the person's thighs, ensuring the scrotal area is covered. Another note says in this little 4x4 grid says, note, male persons should be warned of discomfort as the deflated balloon passes through the prostate gland.
Yeah. So if there's a prostate gland, it's 100% a man.
And it's a big shit that
And
you're
it's
taking?
like you're pulling it out of the guy's butt and the baby comes out of the butt.
So that's where I'm saying I think this is just like to make mentally ill people feel included in the textbook.
But there's no situation where you could ever have like a man with a prostate pushing out a baby. But they run you through the protocol and how to do it, even though it can never be done, just to say, hey, we covered all of our bases. We're inclusive.
Pretty much.
Okay. Hey, if that's what it is, then imagine. I didn't even study things in college regular. Imagine studying for your test and it's like how to give birth if you're a man with a penis. And you have to study that.
And you're like, all right, remove the scrotal area, clean the meatus, and make the person comfortable. Okay.
What's a meatus?
I don't even know. I got to look that up. But yeah, so I think this is educational materials just to make someone feel good and included.
Which is absolutely crazy. And that's why it's in Cringe of the Week.
Yeah.
That was a very solid Cringe of the Week, especially the Met Gala costume review. Moving on.